Hello everybody, Martin here, back with another legacy video. This will be my first video since GP Prague, where I did fairly unspectacularly. I went 4-3 draw playing at Northern Tendrils. I might next time I play Storm, I think I'll just give a brief run through of what happened. Today, however, I'm playing something else. I thought I'd try another kind of combo deck. And it is a show and tell based combo deck. So yes, I do already feel a little bit ashamed. My apologies. So basically this is almost card for card list the top 8 at the GP in Prague, played by Nils Muller, or Niels Muller. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. If not, I'm sorry. It's basically sort of a continued development of the show and tell sneak attack combo deck. But we're also playing 3 copies of Omniscience and 3 Cunning Wish in order to be sort of able to withstand a bit more hate against us. That's my sort of way of looking at it. I think the sneak show combo deck can get a bit easy to shut down, and Omniscience really is a great foil to the combo hate. So we're running 3 Cunning Wish, so we can either win from like show and telling a Gristlebrand and Emrakul, or sneak attack into play and winning the traditional sneak show way, or we can show and tell an Omniscience into play. We can then cast a Cunning Wish and go get the old Ants combo kill. Maybe I'll get to do that in this video. Or we can get an Intuition that here doubles for Elodomri's Call. In Intuition lets us find 3 Emrakul, and we hardcast Emrakul, take a Time Walk, and we annihilate. So, yep, got a bit of a wish board here, and a non-wish board here, like the cards that are not Cunning Wish targets, but sort of have elements. So, enough of that. I am in a league, and I have lost the die roll, but this seems like a pretty decent hand. So we're going to keep this and see what we're up against. So we've got the show and tell, and we've got a Cunning Wish to win if we draw an Omniscience, or we got a Cantrip and a Scalding Tarn. So like, if we were to draw like something to show and tell in here, we can actually do a turn 1 with 2 Petals and the Tarn. Or like Petal Ancient Tomb, I guess. Anyway, so we're up against Mountain Go. So that is a little bit weird. Like Mountain, you think Burn, right? Could be Blue Red Delver, but like either deck, I think both decks would like have a turn 1 play most of the time, so I'm not really sure. Could be some sort of Stompy deck. In any case, we're just gonna fetch an island and cast Ponder. So ideally I find something to put in with show and tell, and then also like a counter spell of some sort, like either a spell proof. Let's see. Well, we got both the things that we wanted. So I think the thing to do here is to just take put Delta on the bottom, then Emrakul, then Force of Will. So that's pretty sweet. Like, I think show and tell Emrakul is kind of on the weak scale of what we're show and telling in this deck. But there are a number of decks in Legacy that just can't handle it, so. Alright, well, let's see here. Storm Chaser Mage. Okay, so we're up against the Blue-Red Delver deck, the Blue-Red sort of Burn Delver deck, and they don't have that much counter magic, and they're tapped out now, so I think we can play around Daze perfectly well, so we just have to beat like double Force of Will, because we have all these petals, and this is one of those decks that is able to handle an Emrakul, even though they get us like an additional turn. So we're going to take the 2 damage off the tomb, even though it's kind of annoying against this kind of deck. Like, our life total actually matters, but yeah, like I said, Emrakul is going to be too much for them to handle, most likely. Just pass the turn. They are going to have to chain together an impressive amount of spells to get me with prowess triggers before Emrakul annihilates the board. Yeah, and they couldn't, so no. Alright, so, like, sideboarding wise, the only thing I could, like, consider bringing in would be the Sages, because I don't think they're going to bring Wastelands. And I think their only really sort of relevant way to interact with us is through counter magic. That being said, like, the 2 life loss, we're not really doing business with them by losing a lot of life, so that's a drawback for sure. But if we're just like show and telling winning kind of thing, then I kind of like that, so let's try and bring them in. I don't know, it seems risky against like these aggressive decks, but maybe, huh? And what to bring out? I think I like intuition less against counterspell decks. And maybe we'll shave like a preordain. I think I like everything else. I'm very new at playing this deck, so like if like maybe skilled show and tell players will be like, oh, I need to be shaving lands. Hey, actually, maybe I need to be shaving lands because I'm bringing in 2 lands. How about that? That's actually probably something I need to do, right? I need to be shaving a land, at least 1 land, because we don't want to be up against a fast deck and then just flooding out. So I'm shaving an Ancient Tomb, even though that might be risky because that puts limitation on like our fast combo turns, but yeah, so shaving an Ancient Tomb, shave the Intuition, and then bring in 2 Sages. Let's try this, and we'll see how we go. Alright, draw again. I suppose I keep this? Like, 2 Emrakuls is a bit awkward, but we have both Brainstorm and Ponder to get us to where we need to be. Our opponent mulligans to 6. They scry to the bottom. That's what we want to see. Fetch volcanic. This monastery is supposed to be? Oh, okay. Probe. Probe for life. Maybe they're wondering if they need to keep up like Flusterstorm or Spell Pierce or whatever piece of interaction in their hand, or if they are safe to like ponder. It is never a pleasant feeling to get Gitaxian probed. But at least it's not game 1. Like when they don't know what you're playing, then it's real gross. Alright, so pass the turn. So they might just try and snipe a cantrip here with a like Pyroblast. I think we're fine trading. Oh. Okay, well, like, I guess we kind of want all these cards, even though we're missing the show and tell. It's like Force Will lets us fight. The Omniscience and the Ponder. Like one of them will pitch to the Force, and the other one can be used to get where we want to be. I kind of do not want to show them the Force of Will in case they probe us again. And they're not a combo deck, so there's probably nothing of theirs that we want to be countering on their second turn. like maybe they have Eidolon of the Great Rebel, and in that case, I guess I do kind of want to be force of willing that, or at least have the option to, but it's not that likely. In any case, they didn't. Also, something I neglected to do here that I will be doing, I should have been doing, is like playing out at least one of the Lotus Petals. Probably both of them, because you don't need the Storm like you do in a Storm deck, so that's not a reason to keep them in your hand. And actually, they kind of work the other way, where if your opponent's playing Flusterstorm, you don't want to be playing out Lotus Petals on your combo turn. You want to just like go Show and Tell, and that way, like Flusterstorm is only a Spell Pierce in effect. Alright, so they are brainstorming and pondering. They're shuffling on their ponders, so that's kind of nice. So we draw the Force here, and I guess we save our brainstorm and we just ponder. There's an Omniscience and 2 cards we don't know. Well, so the thing is, if we keep this, like we can draw the Omniscience, and then next turn we can brainstorm, and we'll get like 2 fresh cards. But if we break on that, we're like brainstorm locked, right? And we're not really getting to that Show and Tell we need, or like sneak attack. So I think I'm actually going to shuffle here and hope that the shuffle gives us something a bit more relevant. Well, Force is nice because we can cast our brainstorm next turn. So they know about 1 petal, so I'm just going to play out the 1 petal. Seeing as we're not like immediately likely to go off next turn, but I don't know. Alright, well, for them to be on their 3rd turn and not have presented a clock is not that great for them. On the other hand, like, they're sitting on 6 cards that are missing land drop, so it's likely they have like a hand stack with counter spells. So I guess I'm just, it'd be nice to draw into like one of the Sages, right? Mind you, we also still have to find like a Show and Tell, or I guess sneak attack doesn't really help with say by the Seiju, but alright. Omniscience. Alright, so I guess we brainstorm here. Kinda don't want this to get pyroblasted. Let's see what they do. They're thinking about it. Like with Storm, you feel like if they bring in Pyroblast and stuff, they're always just gonna like go for your cantrips, because like what else are they doing? With it? But Show and Tell, like if I'm sitting on like counter spells, I guess I'm a little bit concerned about about wasting a Pyroblast on like a brainstorm and then the opponent just going Show and Tell. Okay, well anyways, this is kind of bad because we're brainstorm locked and we just have all these stupid big funky things in our hand that don't do anything without like the piece that we're missing. I am almost tempted to like go for a shuffle next turn with one of the Emrakuls. So let's see here. Let's put back a petal. Gristle, yeah. So if we do not play anything next turn, we discard an Emrakul and we're only time walked once by the brainstorm. So I think actually that's the plan here. It would kind of suck if they were to have like surgical extraction and go for Emrakul with a trigger on the stack, so we'd lose a card in hand. We wouldn't have the Emrakul choice anymore. But We still have like Omniscience and Grizzlebrand in hand, so I guess I don't hate that. And we'd still get to shuffle. So I guess eventually they're going to be casting a creature and attacking our life total, but it's yet to happen. Maybe they'll get Brainstorm locked. Yeah, it looks like it. Alright, I'll take one, I guess. Alright, just pass the turn. And we will discard to hand size. And we won't have to draw that. Lotus Petal. Alright, well, I guess I have to put it on the stack. Don't know why that didn't just happen by itself. Alright, so fresh draw set next turn. If they aren't casting anything here, they are just loaded on. Wait, why didn't they cast this before? That's so weird. Maybe they had a change of heart. Well, I think if we find Show and Tell off with Preordain, just go for it. So we can force twice and pay for days. They would have to have like double days, double force. Or trip forces. Maybe they decide to fight us because they're just so sick of sitting on all their counter spells. Well, sneak attack is also kind of nice. So, like, I don't think we can really afford to just go like tap out and sneak attack here, because then I guess they still need to have like 3 answers, right? Because okay, so let's say we do that. They daze, we force it, then they force back, then we force back, then they have to like force again. And what do we gain by doing it this way? Well, they don't have Flusterstorm open. They don't have Spell Pierce open. I think we put both on top. We draw the sneak attack now, and then we actually go for it. I guess it's very within the realm of possibility that they would have days force. That sucks for us, I guess. But well, there was one days. So we have to hope they only have one more counterspell that they can use. Well, I guess they don't have any more dazes, so they have another. So their hand is like Island and 3 cards we don't know. So 3 of those cards are like Force of Will and a blue card. Then it's bad news for us, but I think well, I don't think, like, we are committed. It looks like it went through. So excellent. So unless they have like Pithy Needle next turn or some way to deal a 16, I think we're in the clear here. Oh yeah, alright. They concede. So that's nice, off to a great start here. Thanks all for watching, and I'll be right back with round 2 of this league.